our president's administration, we have learned that we finally have a place at the table, and I would be so honored to represent Indian country and show our entire country that we do have some strong women, and I would just be very honored to have that title. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to Nicole Santos from Marysville, Washington, contestant number 10. Now, not only am I up here directing traffic as they go out, like this way, please, this way. I'm the host and co-producer of the Gathering of Nations Internet Radio. So if you've ever been to the website and listened to the music there and you hear some girl's voice talking away about absolutely nothing, that's me. So if you ever check it out, we have great music on the program and also information as well. And not only that, but I do another program, and I'll tell you about that after our next contestant. She comes to us from Okeechobee, Florida. Last night she demonstrated a patchwork purse with the Seminole basket attached to it. And she's the current reigning Miss Florida Seminole. She's Florida Seminole, contestant number 11, Brittany Smith. Okay, Brittany, you have 1 minute to answer the question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you be most looking forward to in the coming year?
If I was just crowned Miss Indian World, I would be looking forward to meeting all the beautiful, strong young women as well as the strong men throughout Indian country. Hoping to provide a lot of insight about my culture and as well as learning about others. Thank you.
Let's give her another big round of applause. Miss Brittany Smith from Okeechobee, Florida, contestant number 11. And we're very, very happy to have many different tribes represented from throughout Native country. And it is an indigenous pageant, so if there's any indigenous nations from other countries, they're always welcome to join as well to participate. So we welcome them all. This young lady comes to us from probably the farthest, I would think. She is from the North Pole area in Alaska, from the Athabascan village of Minto. She is Athabascan, and one of her favorite things to participate in is sled dog racing. Contestant number 12, Alana Gibson. Alana, you have 1 minute to answer the question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you be most looking forward to in the coming year?
If crowned Miss Indian World, I would mostly be looking forward to traveling. It's a passion of mine, and I love to meet new people and see new faces and experience new things. And I really enjoy different cultures and learning different languages. So in the coming year, that would be my greatest excitement. How much time do I have? Other than that, I think I would enjoy eating new foods and hearing your songs. I love music. So yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, great. That was contestant number 12, Alana Gibson from the North Pole area, Alaska, village of Minto. So let's give her another round of applause. She can still hear you. Good. You guys are good clappers. I'm going to have a clapping contest later, so I am taking notes, okay? All right. Now we have our next contestant on her way up here. And she's from Window Rock, Arizona. Last night she showed us some beautiful fashions of the Navajo women, and she represents the Navajo tribe. She's contestant number 13. Let's welcome Emerald DeHosey. Emerald, you have 1 minute to answer this question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you most be looking forward to in the coming year?
Thank you. If I was crowned Miss Indian World, my platform would be Native American education in two lights. The first light would be Native Americans getting their education, because I believe higher education is the road for success today. Education vocationally, education through technical school, or higher education in a college will each give us the power to further our people. My second part would be education for non-natives. As I've worked in elementary schools giving presentations of all tribes, of all people, to those who do not understand our culture, it would be my platform to introduce Native American education and encourage it throughout Native America. I would also look forward to representing indigenous tribes across the world, as it is Miss Indian World, and being a voice for the young people, to the people, by the people, and that's what I would love to do as Miss Indian World. Thank you.
Contestant number 13, Emerald DeHozy from Winter Rock, Arizona. Let's give her another round of applause. Yay! Okay, great. Now, long time ago in ancient times, I ran for a princess contest. It was long ago. And I had to answer questions like that too. And it really is hard to keep your head clear and be nervous and come on up and answer the question. So I really hand it to the girls for being so calm and very articulate. They're doing such a great job. What do you think? Do you think they're doing a good job? Yeah. I think they're doing great. Our next contestant, last night for her talent, she was singing a song called Seven Drum. And she represents the Warm Springs, Yakima, and Umatilla nations. She's from Warm Springs, Oregon. I'd like for you to welcome contestant number 14, Jaceline Spino Frank. Okay, Jaceline, you have 1 minute to answer this question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you most be looking forward to in the coming year?
The thing that I'd be most looking forward to is interacting with the people and trying to be a good role model and trying to be, the voice of the Native people. I think it's really important that to represent Indian people, you not only represent yourself, but your family, so that you're actually reflecting yourself and your family. So I'd be most looking forward to interacting with the people and being able to represent myself proudly. Katsiaya.
Contestant number 14 from Warm Springs, Oregon. Let's give her another round of applause. Jaceline Spino Frank, contestant number 14. Now, as you've noticed, they are all very, very, very lovely young ladies. And the Miss Indian World pageant isn't based on looks, I'll tell you that. It's not a beauty pageant. Well, I guess it is, because we look at the beauty from the inside and the outside as well, because if you are beautiful on the inside, people can see it. And they really radiate this, like in everything that they do. And I think that really does make a good Miss Indian World. And because everybody always loves Miss Indian World. They want to take their picture with her and visit with her and find out what she knows, where she comes from. So it's just lovely every year to be a part of this pageant. Our next contestant comes to us from Shanto, Arizona. And last night, she demonstrated to us the importance of the Diné hairstyle. And she is of the Diné, or Navajo people. Contestant number 15, Sheena Greenstone.
Do I introduce myself? Okay.
Just the question.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
We have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to answer the question.
Okay.
Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you be most looking forward to in the coming year?
I think the experience would be probably the most important part of it, and learning different cultures, being able to see different kinds of people and representing all the indigenous cultures. And I think out of being able to do that and represent, I'd be looking forward to the experiences and just the learning part of it. And I don't think there would be anything better than that. Then I'd be just a little more worldly, and I can bring that information back to my people, to my kids, and tell them that there are other cultures out there that do this, they do that, and they're persevering. And I think that's the most important part I'd look forward to, is just the learning experience, so I can get it back to everybody else that in the community. Thank you. Is that it? May I go?
Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to contestant number 15, Sheena Greenstone from Shanto, Arizona. And we're very happy that you are all here bearing the wind and the cold. It is kind of cold, but at least it's not raining, so that's a good thing. And I invite all of you to join us tonight for the dance competition immediately following the Gathering of Nations grand entry of Friday evening. So we will have the dance competition this evening. It is quite something to see because the girls get to dance dances from their own tribe as well as powwow dancing. So whatever they choose is however they express themselves to the music is how we judge that. Our next contestant is from the Pueblo of Acoma here in our great state of New Mexico. She's representing the Acoma, Pueblo, and Navajo tribes. Contestant number 16, April Armijo.
Hello.
April, you have 1 minute to answer this question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you most be looking forward to in the coming year?
I would most look forward to going to communities and making sure that I am emphasizing that higher education is important, especially higher education in science, technology, engineering, and math. I don't think there's that much support in Native American families for those specific fields because they are challenging. And once we do have that support for the children and let them know that it is possible to be successful in those fields, I think that's when where many changes can be made because those fields are powerful. They're what help make this world go around because, I mean, that's where architecture, engineering, everything is built on those specific fields. And when we have representation within them, that's when we can make changes within our own community. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Let's give another big round of applause to April Armijo, contestant number 16 from the Pueblo of Acoma here in New Mexico. All right. Oh, let me tell you about my other radio program. One of the radio programs I kind of mentioned a little while ago is called Native Music Hours. And it comes on every Monday night on your FM station here in New Mexico, 89.1 at 7 o'clock. It goes on until 10 o'clock. And we play the best in Native music you're going to find just about anywhere. That's what we say. And the good thing about it is that you hear all styles of music. So we invite you to tune into that program every Monday night. Our next contestant is from Kyle, South Dakota. She's of the Oglala Lakota Sioux Nation, and she is contestant number 17, Emily Goodweasel. Emily, you have 1 minute to answer this question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you most be looking forward to in the coming year?
Probably working in my community. And showing the youth that I made my dream possible and so that they could make theirs, and just being home and holding a title like that. Within the next year, I think that a lot of people would really have a lot of respect for something like that in our community. I would definitely look forward to just being able to meet a lot of leaders out there in Indian country as well as in America. Also, I would probably look forward to traveling and anything else that comes along with being Miss Indian World. Pilamaya, thank you.
Thank you. Contestant number 17 from Kyle, South Dakota. Let's give her another big round of applause. Emily Goodweasel. Last night she demonstrated a traditional healthy meal, and it included some dried deer meat, and also included choke cherries as well. So it looked good. Of course, I didn't taste it, but it was yummy. Looked yummy anyway. Made me hungry. We have more contestants coming up. We're further than halfway, so we invite you to stick around. Contestant number 18 comes to us from Winter Rock, Arizona. And last night she sang a traditional Navajo song. She represents the Navajo Nation. Contestant number 18, Larissa Nez. Okay, Larissa, you have 1 minute to answer this question. Imagine that you have just been crowned Miss Indian World. What would you most be looking forward to in the coming year?
With my coming year reigning as Miss Indian World, I would like to advocate what my platform is, which is health. So I would really be looking forward to speaking to the youth and to my community and other Navajo communities across the Navajo Nation and also Indian country as well about the importance of our health and how we can actively change that with time. And as the Miss Indian World, I would really like to, advocate that health is really important and that we can definitely change what we want.
Come on, everybody, let her hear you. Larissa Nez, Window Rock, Arizona, contestant number 18. All right. We're very thankful that you're sticking it out here in the cold. So I really appreciate you guys making some noise for the girls as they come up here and as they exit the stage. They appreciate it. From Ontario, Canada is our next contestant, all the way in Canada, beautiful Canada. Last night she demonstrated or told a story about the Cornhusk doll. She represents the Tuscarora Mohawk Six Nations territory. Contestant number